Hi everybody, this is Bobby from Rags to Rageous. Welcome back. Hey, today is August 31st, 2019, and we're gonna tackle a big job today. I'm gonna turn around here for just a second. I'm gonna show you that there is a dead tree, a massive dead tree, right there, that my sons and I are going to fell today and start the cut up for it. Why are we doing this? Well, one of the biggest reasons is here where we live, we have a wood burning stove and we don't have central heat and air. So we need things like lumber to keep us warm through the winter. And with September, literally tomorrow, we need to be able to tackle the needs of the house to take care of the wood burning stove. Before I do that, what I want to do is I want to walk over here and show you something else, and just kind of give some kudos out to my buddies over at Husqvarna. This is a, well, let's see what it is. It's a YTH 204. I think you can see it right there. YTH 204 K46 lawnmower, lawn tractor. It's been really good to us. I'm going to back up here in just a second and show you that one of the things that I've done today is cut out an area so that when this tree comes down, that it's got a place to fall and not in the middle of all the pasture with the grown-up grass. It's been a great year for rain. You've heard, I'm sure, about the floods in the Muskogee, Oklahoma and Tulsa areas, all the way down through the Arkansas River Valley, and it's been crazy. So the farmers who bale hay and things like that have had a great year. They've already had 2 cuttings, and it looks like, from the way this pasture's looking, that we'll be able to get a 3rd cutting as well. But some great things are happening. Winter's on its way, and we've got a job to tackle. Hey guys, it's Bobby again, just coming back, and I've backed off a couple of steps away from the lawn tractor and away from the tree. I'm going to flip this camera around so that you can see this cleared out area where I'm hoping that this tree is going to fall, and we're going to get this on video for you. So hold on just a second, let me flip the camera around. All right everybody, here we go. You can see that I've cut some, I'll call them concentric circles in this cleared out area. There's the lawn tractor that I was standing next to just a few minutes ago. You can see the tree in the background. Pretty big guy. Pretty big tree. So I don't know if the top of it is going to come down through past this grass right here, the edge that I haven't cut yet, but we'll see. I'm guessing that thing's probably, I don't know, 80 feet high, 70 feet high, 80 feet high, something like that. It's pretty tall. My guess is it's going to provide us a lot of lumber, and that's a great thing. So we'll talk to you soon. All right, everybody. I'm standing next to the trunk of this tree that we're talking about knocking down. I'm just going to pan up to the top of it here to give you an idea on just what kind of mass is involved in this thing. I was wanting to show you too the base around it. We're going to have to clean that up a little bit. But the big key about knocking a tree down is trying to strategically place it. You've probably seen some blooper videos of people screwing up, and it's not an easy task. There's actually a little bit of science to it. Where you cut your wedge, how you cut your wedge, whether or not you can roll the tree. I'm not real sure how we're gonna do this yet because I can't see the other side of the trunk real clear. But one of the things that I'm gonna have to do is clear out this stuff right here around the edge so that I can get a good clean cut on the back side whenever I get the wedge cut out. So this right here, all this stuff right here is gonna have to get cleaned up. You can see that some time ago we had another tree that we knocked out like this. Not quite as big. Coming back over here and just kind of panning out a little bit. I'm guessing this thing's probably close to 2.5 feet in diameter, maybe a little less than that. But it's a heavy-duty tree, and one of the things that I'm dealing with is that it's got a little bit of lean, and I've got to pay attention to where the majority of the weight distribution is at the top, because that's going to have an effect on how this thing falls. Now I've just moved around a little bit to the front side so that you can see, and what I'm looking at is this area right in here. There's some good mass right in here as far as these limbs are concerned. It's pretty light on the top side right there, so naturally this thing is going to want to fall to the left from how you're seeing it. Now there is a way that we can try to pull it off to the right, and we can use chains, we can use trucks, and we can tighten it up, put some tension on it, or we can cut the wedge in a way that it will roll a little bit. I'm still not sure how I want to do that. Again, like I said just a few minutes ago, I'm not going to know until I get up underneath the trunk down there at the base right in that area right there. But we'll see how it comes. All right, here's another angle right here, and I'm kind of panning down out to the front of the tree. There's the lawn tractor right there. You can see it. Now the slope of the land right here drops, obviously, you can see that, but it also kind of tilts a little bit to the right. Now there's an old barn right over there in the middle of that tree, that mess of trees and brush right over there. What I don't know is whether or not the altitude or the height of this tree is going to fall into the middle of that. Honestly, it's not going to be a disaster if it does. I'd prefer that it didn't, but what I'd like to do is be able to drop that tree right down into this area here and pull it back a little bit. I'm deliberately tilting the camera, pull it back to point that direction over to about where the lawnmower's at and where the trunk's at. Hopefully gonna fall. So we'll see. Hi everybody, this is me again. We're still working on this tree. I'm a little sweatier than I was before, but I think we're getting pretty close. I want you to say hi to my son. That's Logan right there. Logan just got married a couple weeks ago. Pretty excited about that. And he's out here helping me, and I've got another son right here. That's Gideon. And you'll see more of both of them in the videos to come, but let's get back to the business at hand here. Hey guys, so we've cut a pretty good notch out of this tree. I'm gonna have Logan come around with me so that he can show you this V inside this tree. Now I've got another cut right here, and I'm trying to keep this in place. It's still connected down here in the center of the trunk. The reason I want that there is because that's gonna act as kind of a buffer as the tree comes down. And what you'll see when we come around the other side of the tree is that I've cut the tree trunk back toward the back a little bit further to try to guide the direction of the fall. So let's come around over here to the other side. And you can see where I've got this back cut right here. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull the tree to my left. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm trying real hard not to have it fall where that Husqvarna was sitting. Now, what I want to do too is I want to offer a little bit of information on the back side of this tree where we cut it. A lot of people will tell you that when you're cutting the back side of the tree, you cut a horizontal cut. That's really not the greatest idea, and here's why. The tree, when it goes down, can actually fall backward and slip as the trunk cracks. In order to prevent some of that, if you cut an angle cut down to where the wedge is at, you create a backstop with the trunk itself. So if the tree does try to slide, it's got a chalk block, as if you would chalk the wheels on a truck if you're working on a vehicle or something like that. So what we're going to try to do is wedge cut this down toward the horizontal cut in the front, push this thing over and create the backstop here to prevent it from backsliding, because a backslide can be very dangerous to the person who's got the saw and really anybody around the base of the tree. So we're going to do that. We're going to try to put this tree fall in slow motion and give you a chance to see it as it comes down. I'm pretty excited about it. This is always fun, but quite honestly, it's pretty dangerous too. So it's very important to be careful and make sure that you take your time to do it right. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, good morning everybody. It's Bobby again. It's Labor Day today. Still working on this tree that we started 2 days ago. My sons aren't here today, but I wanted to come out here and give you a quick shot as to where things are. I think this thing's going to fall this morning. We've got it cut pretty good. Had some technical difficulties with the saw. Those things happen and you just deal with them as they come. Yesterday was Sunday, and I really make an effort personally not to do a lot of things like this on a Sunday. It's kind of my thing. Goes way back to my core belief system. We all have them. That just happens to be mine. So from time to time we will be doing things on Sundays, but for the most part, you'll see most of the work happen in other days of the week. But I want to give you a shot here real quick and show you that the tree is actually still up. Right there, you can see it in the camera frame. Still way up there, and it's still got a long way to fall. But I'm pretty sure we'll get there. I wanted to let you know that probably a good idea to forgive me for my bed hair here. I just got out of bed about 30 minutes ago. Didn't have to go to work today because of the holiday, and kind of grateful for that. But let's give this thing a shot. Morning everybody, it's me again. You can tell that my shirt's a little sweatier now and my forehead is pretty dripping wet right now. Phone's shaking a little bit because This is physically exhausting work. There's that old truck bed trailer that we've seen in other videos, video clips rather, right before this. I wanted to show you that the tree is down. Unfortunately, I was not able to catch it on video. I'm still working on that sort of thing. I'm brand new to all of this, so forgive me for that. But really cool thing is the tree, and I'm going to stop this video and flip the camera around. The tree landed exactly where we had hoped that it would land. Right up next to the edge of the grass, not coming all the way out. The top has crashed all over the mowed area right here, so this is a little deader at the top than I had originally anticipated or expected, but there should be some great firewood and some great lumber out of this. What I want to do is I want to stop the video and take you over to where the cut was and give you a little bit of information on how that whole thing happened. And it sounds like we've still got some cracks going on, so you know, always be careful when you're doing this sort of a thing. So hold on just a second. So here we are at the trunk, and you can see the base of the tree. And one of the things that always fascinates me is just how little wood is necessary to keep these things standing. You can see that wedge right there that I started hammering in as the crack on the back side started to grow a little bit. One of the things important too to note is the directional fall. I've talked several times about that in these video clips on this combined video, and I want to show you why that's important. That's important because, as I'm going to show you right here, if you do this right, folks, if you do this right, then the cracking on the stump is going to be, or the damage on the front right in here is going to be pretty minimal. There may be a little bit of sliding, kind of like there was here, but it's not going to be that much. Now, here's the trunk, and there's a little bit of brush here that we didn't clear because all I needed to do was get around the tree. But what I want to do is step up onto this trunk. I feel pretty confident it's not going anywhere now. And just kind of walk this thing out. I'm interested in knowing how many paces it is across the core of the trunk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to call it 18, 19, and it may be a little bit more than that, but 19 steps for me. That's going to make it, let me think about this. The core part of the trunk was about, and I'm just guessing, this isn't science, but I'm going to guess it was about 50 to 55 feet high. Maybe a little bit more. I'll put some math to it here in a little while, but not worried about it right now. I'm pretty hot, pretty tired, pretty exhausted. And I don't know if you can tell from the video, but I'm still shaking a little bit. These things always get me a little excited. But it ought to make for some fantastic firewood once it's split. It looks like it's dried out pretty good all the way up. There's a limb that's cracked when it came down. So, and the really nice thing, the really nice thing, is that most of this thing is already accessible. I don't have to cut through a bunch of stuff to get to it. And that, being able to get to it, my friends, is an incredible blessing, because when you've got to fight brush and everything else, it is an absolute disaster. These things are hard work to take down and to cut up and get split and get in the fireplace long before it ever happens. So, hey, good luck to you guys, and drop a like, drop a subscribe, because we're going to start adding a whole lot more videos as we take this property from exactly what we've said, raw to rageous, with your help and with your video support and your questions and comments. Shoot them over to us. We're going to get some great things done, and we'll see you next time.